Continue marathon training. Accept. Okay. So today, by my schedule, I supposed to run 7 miles. Let's see what's Nike wants. Nike wants 6.2 miles or 10k. So I have to run over 10k to run 7 miles. Okay. Or I can stop at 6.2 if I'm really tired, but at least I have to. Okay. It's gonna take as long as it's gonna take. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna take way over. It should take over an hour if I really run, maybe around hour and 15. But I don't know.
Welcome back, you guys. This is Rashad. I'm your IC trainer, John Field, and today we're going first. We're sitting here right in the heart of Transylvania, right in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains. Rashad is the county, the town, and it is also home of the holiday sign of Rashad is only about 400,000 people. And this right here is the very first citadel. Teutonic Knights and the Saxons established the city from the outside. The walls, the ruins,
side hurts. Ah. Ah. I was running too fast. I was running 6.1 and incline was -3, but at the end was it's 2.
of Romania. In the 1600s, a fire set blaze, and that is where it's got its name. Most of it was burnt to the ground. But a ton of stuff, just like a lot of the buildings here in Romania, is now rebuilt and standing tall once again. Pretty incredible. I'm going to show you on the front as we take a little bit of a breather, nice cool down, incredible run. That was impressive. Great stuff. Look at that. Unbelievable, right? Have you caught your breath yet? Let your heart rate come down. Behind this mask, I promise you I'm smiling because I am proud of you, and that was impressive stuff. But we got to keep the journey moving. In 15 seconds, we'll start our first fast-paced walking interval. Remember, we got 2 more of those before we start our cool down. When we get to that, we're also going to get to Rope Street. Remember I told you the most narrow road in all of Europe? Here we go. There are no cars on it because this was clearly set in the Bronze Age. So we're going to look both ways. We're going to cross right here. And you are going right through there. Take a look at this. So this graffiti, this art, these remembrances that you see on the side of the wall every single year. This is okay. This is related. People write with loved ones. Anything you like, because every year they come back and they repaint the wall white again. So you start with a clean slate. But if you like, if you ever make it here to Rope Street, that is exactly what you can do. And right through the cracks up there, you can see the Rajab Hollywood sign. Beautiful look, you guys. So we're in a nice active recovery phase. Oh, look at this right at the exit. Lady in the room. Beautiful, guys. Incredible stuff. So now we're going to make our way to the first school in all of Romania. Okay. In the school, it is now a museum where they have the very first Romanian Bible, the very first school book journal, the very first printing press is all in the museum at the school. So now we're going to keep a nice steady state for the rest of the workout until the very end. But stick with me. Let's keep our heart rate going just a little bit. Right now I want you right around a 4, nice, easy speed walk. By the way, 18 minutes, cruising, making it look good. How did that feel? You were spectacular. That was incredible. so close. So right now we kind of hooked a little bit. We went to Rope Street. We're gonna hang back around the main street where we entered Rope Street and go left. Remember we talked about Vlad and his mistress? Back in the days, obviously of Catholicism as well, it was frowned upon and illegal to get divorced. So Vlad being Vlad and doing Vlad things, he went off and found himself a mistress, which actually a mistress house is right over there, had 5 children with his mistress. Well, that is not legal nowadays, and that is not being a very good husband or human being. So don't be like Vlad. To your left, okay, this is where the men would enter. This is Catherine's Arch. To the right is where the women would have to enter. We're gonna enter to the middle because everyone is hanging today, but they gave the exit and the entrance on the right to the women because women are always right. Am I right? Hopefully my wife is watching this one. So now we're back outside another courtyard. And we are almost to the finish line. So now that we're at the outskirts, especially in those halls of town where everyone's eating outside, if you're not eating, you must wear a mask. We are almost there. Right around this corner will be our final destination. Remember, the first school in Romania is what we're going to see right now. That is historic. And that is what these workouts are all about, finding the greatest locations in some of the most beautiful cities. Rajab has been spectacular, but take a look at this. And no, that is not Disneyland. It is a thing of beauty. The paintings on the walls, telling the story of the history. Since we are in a very quiet, peaceful place, keep it down, and as you can see, right up to each one of those channels, paintings, statues, and that is how they used to tell their stories before scripture. It's so permanent. And this is the school. The first school in Romania. On this way. So as we take your speed down, and we back it up just slightly so we'll give you a full view of how gorgeous this church really is. And we'll say goodbye. But I'm proud of you. 18 minutes straight through, you rocked it. Through the city, starting all the way up at the old Citadel, making our way down here. It was challenging, I know that. But sometimes it is rewarding. Every time it's rewarding when we finish. But when you get views like this and something so historic here in Brasov, you gotta pay your dues to see it, right? And that you did. So, did a beautiful stretching. Guys, I'm your Isaac Trainer, John Field. Congratulations, and thank you for all that effort. Enjoy. In our our next workout, join me as we start at the base of the Tampa Mountain that sits up above the city of Rajab. We are going to climb to the top, and no, we are not taking the cable car. Rajab also has a Hollywood sign, and we're going to make our way up behind it into one of the most beautiful lookout views the entire Carpathian Mountains has to offer. So let's get to work. Let's get moving. I'll see you there.
I'm gonna finish. It's only 3 miles, so I'm gonna put on a second one. So, okay.
Welcome back, guys. I'm your active trainer, John Peel. You just crushed our town run here in Rajab. Now we're on the outskirts. We're in the old Citadel wall. You can see we're on the outside, and we are making our way up. Remember that beautiful sign we showed you from above? Now it is time to climb Mount Tampa. So Mount Tampa, okay, is the hill in the mountain that resides right above that beautiful town of Rajab. And now it is our climbing day, and now we're going to work a little bit extra on the backside, on the quads, on the strength. As always, you know what to do when it comes time to climb, which is going to happen here real shortly. This is still part of our warm-up, but the stairs come out as quick, and we got to make the ascent high. There's a cable car. We're not taking it. We never do. We never will. We're always going to use our feet, our legs, and our mental toughness to get to the top. The sign, the Hollywood sign of Rajab, is right above us. You may get a couple glimpses if we get some breaks in the forest, but just know that we are directly underneath and we are climbing high to get there. This cable car, okay, was built in order to obviously give a big perspective and viewpoint of how beautiful the scenery is at the top of this mountain. When it was built, okay, this cable car had about 3 to 5 people that could fit in each one. Now, the cable car is larger, so many people. One of the most visited places in all of Romania. You see the line over there. Can get around 300 to 400 people up every 5 minutes. So there's a lot of them going, a lot of traction at the top because the view is so incredible, and just gives you a little bit more perspective of where we're headed today, and it will be spectacular. Hello. So here outside, we talked about the history, the culture, the tradition, and all the way stemming all the way back to the 1300s. The beautiful black church that we saw, the oldest school in all of Romania, the city hall, everything within Old Town. It was part of our last workout. This one is going to be all about the forest, the nature, the outskirts of Rajab. It's a very active city, a very active country. It always wasn't that way. But then when communism, the regime was gone, then they started implementing more sports. Gymnastics and target shooting was actually their main focus and their most popular sports during that time. in 1976. How many of you know the name Nadia Comaneci? One of the greatest gymnasts of all time. Couldn't talk about her just because my wife is a gymnast. She's obsessed with gymnastics. She makes me watch it anytime it is on. So I've gotten to actually learn a lot about it. I do love it. But Nadia Comaneci was the very first Olympian to score a perfect 10 at the Olympics when she was 14 years old, and that was the 1976 Olympics. Obviously, gymnastics has evolved since then. Some of the events are a lot, you call it different. Okay? But obviously, the four events in gymnastics, so you know, you have the vault, the beam, you have floor, and then you have the bars. So Nadia was a perfectionist and good at all of them, but it was said because back then they were very stern. Coaching back in this time, it took a lot. Okay, so right now, guys, to interrupt our story, we're just gonna speed you up just slightly as we keep working on this steady climb. So they were so stern. You know how I would talk about put a smile on your face, make someone's day, be positive, lighten it up, lighten the mood. There's no reason, okay, to be down negative. You don't have to. Obviously, circumstances get us that way, but then we get back on track. And we become happy again with just a simple, easy smile. Back then, they didn't believe in smiling. They wanted their athletes, they treated them like soldiers. No emotion. Don't break. Okay? Even if you score a perfect 10, don't celebrate. But when Nadia was a gymnast, that was her way. So they said that they had to coach and teach her how to smile because she was so strict and spent so much time with these coaches and this routine and this structure to become perfect that she didn't have emotion, didn't know how to smile. And when she represented her country, they had to teach her how to smile when she accepted her medals. Which is sad to think about that. Imagine being so compounded in the ground, trained so hard and coached so strictly that you just had to keep that horizontal smile or no smile at all times. We don't like that. We like to smile and keep it positive. So as we make our way up today, here in the Tampa Mountains, and we're not talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, all you football fans out there, congratulations, you got Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, you of course reckon with, but this has no affiliation with the Tampa Bay in Florida. But now sports are very popular. Football or soccer is one of their favorites out here. They'll always hold gymnastics close to their heart because of Nadia Comaneci. But it's so active. Obviously the hiking, the runs, it's a very open space area, especially in the wintertime as well, ski or snowboard. So this mountain is not only famous because of the Rajah Hollywood sign, it's famous because there's so much activity, so much life, and so much history that is involved within this area. The Citadel that we were in last workout, the wall that you saw that we were just on the outskirts of, they originally, back in the 13th century, they tried to build a citadel very close to the Rushnov. Remember the Rushnov Citadel 2 workouts ago? They tried to build one similar in this area. They weren't so fortunate because, remember that man Vlad the Impaler? His reign came through and they destroyed that citadel at the top of the mountain where we're going today. So there's still a little bit of remains from that, but it didn't last too long, and now they rebuilt down below and made it more of a city rather than a citadel at the top of the mountain. Vlad was a bad man, wasn't he? Not in a good way. There was actually 40 merchants who were captured during that raid who refused to pay taxes at the time. And so Vlad, doing what Vlad does best, impaled them at the top of this mountain. I won't go into detail, but let's just say it involved a really spiky stick and went through their entire body. That is how Vlad did business. So pay your taxes, all right? But this region, this area here in the Carpathians, not only do you deal with bears, but you also deal with extreme weather changes. Just like that, in the blink of an eye, it can go from clear skies, cloudy skies, to a full monsoon out here where it's dumping rain, and you do not want to be stuck right here on this trail while that happens. Because all that rain that hits the top of the mountain has got to come down some way, right? This whole entire path would not even be visible, let alone hikeable, if that were the case today. How we feeling? Keep it alive, keep it moving. Keep the legs going, keep the arms, keep the momentum. Keep the energy, as always. And this week specifically, okay, this marks our last week of our double hikes. So, moving forward, now that we worked on that strength, once you recover from this one, we're gonna go back into more steady state runs, not as extreme of climbs, and a little bit flatter.
It's going on that
Start
incline.
tracking more speed and work on our pace. But
Going to 10.
it's all part
I'm
of the
gonna walk
process. We
uphill,
do
you
these
know, but-
climbs for a reason. You can build that strength, you can feel that strength, and you can utilize off that strength when we do start getting into our runs and our pushes. Okay?
10.
All those long distance runners out there, you see, they work on strength as well. I'm not talking about squatting 500 pounds. I'm not talking about bench pressing 1 billion pounds. I'm just talking about working their mobility, working on a little bit of body weight exercises. A lot of the really, really professional marathon runners, obviously, they can't hold on to too much muscle. For one, they don't want it. You want it to be light, more efficient. That's just science. But two, okay, you don't want at the same time to take away from your endurance, and it's almost impossible to hold on to that much muscle or any muscle at all if you're running that amount of miles every week. But it's okay because this one is only leading us up to that 5K. So we can hold on to some muscle. We're gonna need it.
8.
That was one of the things that when I stopped playing football last year in college, after dealing with all those injuries, I finally, we talked about this, realized what it's like to be healthy. I didn't have to hold on to as much weight, have as much muscle on me, so I started to really focus more on cardio, not eating as much, because in football, you want a little bit more cushion to soften those blows and just remain a little bit stronger. Because in order to put on muscle, you have to eat a lot of
10,
calories. And football's
3.5.
tricky because you're running a lot, so there's a lot of calorie burn. Being a wide receiver, you have to be fast, so you also want to be a little bit lighter. But at the same time, you're taking
12.
brutal hits from guys who weigh 250 pounds, 300 pounds, so you want to be strong and tough enough to be able to withstand those
Let's go to 0.
hits.
I'm gonna run again.
So once football ended, and I knew I didn't have to defend myself anymore from those big linemen or linebackers, then I was able to lose a little bit of weight, work more on cardio, didn't have to worry about lifting as much weight, putting as much weight on my back, and all that. So everything between squatting, power cleaning, and anything from bench pressing to curling big dumbbells. That was our mentality when it came to football, especially the old school mentality more back in high school days. So I tried to throw all that out the window. I tried to get more into functional fitness, HIIT training. A lot of you did my HIIT training series, and just being a lot smarter with the way you train your body. After that happened, I lost about 25 pounds. I started to learn to love to running. And then once I figured out my back situation, my knees, what it could handle, Then I started to assess from there and lose some weight. Once I started losing that weight, my joints, my back, everything became so much easier when I wanted to really start tracking miles and push forward. But coming back, or coming from that point of being at that heavy state right after football was up, okay, that's when it took a lot of that mental toughness we talk about within me to really want and make sure. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. Take a look. We just crossed under the cable car. That's right, we are climbing. But it took a lot of mental toughness in me to be patient with that. Because running, trying to get distance, trying to lose that weight, especially when 5 years of your life you're told to eat, pack on muscle, pack on pounds. We had, weight restrictions for each position in football, so you had to weigh a certain amount, personal goals, and they were always set high, obviously, a high number for the time being for the sake of not getting injured. So once I didn't have someone breathing down my neck about telling me how much weight I had to weigh, I went off of how I felt. And that was the best feeling, the best decision of my life, just knowing that I didn't have to worry about being a certain weight or force feeding myself when I didn't want to. I know I do on cheat meal days. You eat till you're uncomfortable sometimes. Every now and then it happens. But I'm talking this is all the time. And you say, oh, that'd be great to be able to do that. It is not. You don't feel good, you feel sluggish, you sleep like crap. So more than anything, it was a blessing in disguise to be done. And then mentally, it was a challenge to eliminate that structure and that mindset of how to train your body to listen to your mind, because your mind's telling you you don't have to do that kind of stuff. So once you figure out that your body can adapt and function a lot easier and it's a lot healthier, that's when the process starts. So anyone right now, okay, that is going through that struggle, whether you are coming back from an injury or this is your very first 5K run, your very first series, okay, your body's gonna have those moments where it does want to force feed. It wants to go back to those old habits. It wants to put that sugar. It wants to put those extra carbs. It wants to make you eat in the middle of the night when your mind's telling you don't, but your body just zombie walks to that refrigerator and you don't even know what happened. You're gonna have those moments, and that's okay. That's life, that's normal. Don't let it stress you out, but just make sure when those moments happen, you reset and you get back to exactly where you need to be with your mentality, your state of mind. And trust me, no matter how long you've been doing it for, no matter how professional or easy you think it may become, it always shows back up. And it's okay, because it's a fun little challenge. You start to attack those moments when your body is telling you to eat that pizza or that whole pizza, not just a slice. So you gotta learn to control that. And that's a big part of some of the very fortunate moments I've picked up along the way while getting to where I am today, coming from a state of being overweight. And when I say overweight for myself, I know what that means. It's not like, I was obese, not at all. I was just overweight for my natural being and my natural happiness. So a couple years later, and about 25 to 30 pounds lighter, I fell in love with running. And now we can take ourselves in 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, triathlons. I still haven't hit that marathon. I keep telling you guys about it. We'll get one in someday. We will. We'll do it. We'll do it. But it is much easier after a big long run when when you have less weight on your body, on those joints. Even after back and knee surgery, they still feel okay. Not the best, not perfect, but I knew that wouldn't be the case. Hello. Hey. And the only reason I'm telling you all this is because I know a lot of you ask about it. You ask about when is that moment gonna come, or when are you gonna figure out that you are a runner? Guess what? You're this far into the series, you're a runner. You are a runner. Believe that, have confidence in that. Don't think just because we're not running a marathon, just because we're not putting in a 4-minute mile, you're not a runner. Have you ran in this series yet? You're a runner. And that's what it's all about. It's you personally. You are a runner, and be proud of that. And that's what we're working towards. And then after this, after our last workout, 30-minute 5K, okay, after that, we move on to the next step. One stone, one brick laid at a time. With a lot of temptation in the way, but we'll fight through those, promise you. How we feel? Grab some water at any point. We are making our way. Tampa Mountain doesn't stand a chance against you. All the ones, all the climbs, all the workouts we've had so far, okay, that are leading to our biggest push, add up. We track a lot of elevation. We've got a long distance, okay? And it's all part of our process. Hello. And be careful on these rocks. There was a massive rainstorm last night. So a lot of these rocks are still slippery. The branches, the leaves fall on the limestone rock and get super slippery. Watch your foot. It gets narrow. It's like Rope Street in our last workout. A nice narrow road. Oh, you can see everything from up here now. That is a good sign. Deep breath in the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Do that a few times and get back to your normal, consistent breathing patterns. Remember too, the sign here, Vrshav, came before the one at Rusnav. So these guys, Vrshav is the one. Remember I told you the story of the election, and their said president at the time, in the early 2000s, told the people that if he were elected, you would give them a Hollywood sign at the top of the mountain. Well, actually, he did it. He won and he didn't. He held his word, which is pretty rare with politicians, isn't it? Good. Stay with me. We are cruising. We'll flatten out a little bit right here. Let those legs settle down. Looking good, looking good. Look out this way. Ooh, look at that. Well, we still got more to climb. The view's just gonna keep getting better. There it goes. And here comes another one. All the way up. It's fast, right? That cable car alone brings revenue into the city like you wouldn't believe. If you live in a place that has views, you might as well utilize it. Build the cable car, let them see it. Good. Use those arms, engage that core. Good strides. Good easy pace today. But a nice elevation gain, that's what we're here for. Good. Grab your water whenever you need it. They've even built benches at every switchback, every other. But when you got good endurance, sometimes you don't need to sit down. And again, that's just you being able to utilize your time, be efficient, track more distance in a little amount of time, see more of the views, more of the city. That's what it's all about. That's why we're doing this. This is life. This is health. Putting it all together. I see a sunspot ahead. That's a good sign. That means we get warm. Get some vitamin D in our lives. And we got a break in the view. We're getting close. I know the legs are tired. Again, dig deep. I didn't remind you today because I wanted to see if you had it in you. Like, to that threshold, have mental toughness. Stay with me. You're learning. You're learning to use it. You're learning what it is, what I mean by that. Okay? Mind over body. Mind over body. You got this. You notice the red marks, the white triangle? That always means you're going the right direction. Good sign. Every now and then, you can get lost on these ones, especially when you're in a new place that you've never been before. My first time in Romania. So that was nice of them to put these marks here before we started the workout. Here we go. I want you to channel your inner Nadia Comaneci. Let's make this a perfect 10 today. We're almost there. Everything you got all the way to the cool down. Almost there. Just a few more switchbacks. We are close. It's a big day. It's a big climb. And remember, it's our last week with double up on the hikes. So we got to give a little extra push. Hello. Hello. Stay with me, stay with me. Come on, we are so close. Don't quit. Every single workout, own it. Every single one. 10 out of 10, let's go. And when I say that, 10 out of 10, right? That's a perfect score. That happened, that or has happened just a few times throughout history with the Olympics or any sport to say they were perfect. So it is very rare that we're gonna have a perfect workout every single time. But remember, if you strive for perfection, most of the time you're not gonna get there, and that's okay because there's always something beyond. But on the way to perfection, you will catch a lot of greatness. And to be great at anything is a huge honor. So strive for perfection, okay? Endure the greatness, and you build off of that. And every now and then, you will have that perfect workout that just feels right, where you know you hit every step, stride, every breath, every mile, exactly as you imagined it. But if you don't, okay, there may be some off points in your workout, or your day, but you finished, you're gonna reach greatness and get that sense of greatness. And some days it might be goodness, as long as you showed up and you did something and you worked to your ability. That's an accomplishment. So close to the end. Finish this last push. It all opens up right here, and then we got a fun little surprise for you. That beautiful sign of Rajab, we are going to show you what it looks like from behind the sign. So you see the glitz and the glam down from the city looking up above the mountain. Now you can see what one of those massive Hollywood signs looks like from behind, right up here. So right here, after you get up over this ridge, I'm going to take your machine down. Big deep breath in, exhale out the mouth. Hello. Take a look at this. This is what it looks like from behind. Look all the way down the city. We ran through, up, and around this entire location here in Rajab. One of the most visited places in all of Romania, and you can see why. You now can become a tour guide of this incredible destination. You can see made of steel, sitting all the way up here at the mountaintop. And as we make our way so we started all the way down there, right outside the Citadel wall. We climbed all the way up Camp Mountain, and now we are here. Here's the thing with you guys. Unbelievable workout. I was like, yeah? Good, make sure to stretch. Grab some water, sleep well. Next up, guys, we got a beautiful run. I'm gonna show you exactly what's coming up next. But in the meantime, enjoy the views, guys. I'm your active trainer, John Peel. Congratulations. Join me next time as we make our way through the Turda Gorge in the beautiful county of Cluj. You do not want to miss this one. Thousands of feet of limestone rock encapsulating our run through an incredible stream of Erieș. When we put in some miles, we're going to sweat, and we're going to enjoy the beauty of Romania. I'll see you there.
Second workout done. So far it's 11 kilometers. So 3, 5, almost 6 miles. I need at least a manual start. I need an over a mile. To make 7 miles. Okay. Workout workout is finished. The run is done. So I run almost an hour and a half. I ran most of the run at -3 and 5. In the beginning of the first run, I was running at speed 6.1 and my sides start to hurt. So from then on, I switched to 5 and -3. Okay, so I ran 12.9k. Wow, it's switched now to 13k. Okay. I don't know how much it's in miles. It should be 7 miles, 13 kilometers. It should be. I'm gonna stretch now. My knee hurts. First it was hard psychologically, and when I got the second wind, when the side stopped hurting, my mind and my breathing feel absolutely fine. I feel like I can go for miles, but I feel my body hurt, especially my knee and my hip. It's like two separate experience. In my mind, I have no struggle, but I feel the pain in my body.